All right, good day everyone. You're welcome back to my channel. What I have today, as you can see, is how to make this crochet flower. Very easy to make. Can you see how beautiful this flower is? So in this tutorial, I'm going to take you through step by step how I actually achieve this. Can you see how beautiful? You can use this you can attach it to your band. You can attach it to your shoe. It's very useful. You can use this flower to decorate whichever wears you want to make. Here is the back. I've decided not to detach this the second color because you use it also to fasten whichever wears you want to use it for together. Can you see? Here is another beautiful color. Can you see? So we can start now. So let's start. I will be making use of 2 strands. You can use 1 strand if yours is a bit thicker than this. So now I'm using white color. I just prefer using white color. You could use any color you wish. It depends totally on you. So right now, the first thing I'm going to do right here is to make my technical ring. Now you can see how I place the yarn. So what I'm going to do is to make the ring. So I'm going to yarn like I'm doing. I yarn over my fingertip. Can you see? So right now I'm going to bring it out. So I insert my hook. So I bring this out. So right now I'm going to proceed. I chain 2, 1, 2. So having chained 2, I insert into this ring with single crochet. Can you see? So I proceed again. That is 1, 1, 2, 2 chains. I insert again with single crochet. So that's 2. I proceed again. I chain 2, 1, 2. I insert again the 3rd time with single crochet. I proceed again, 1, 2. So I insert again. This is the 4th time. This is the 4th time. So I will be having 4 loops here. Now I'm starting at the 4th because I have this to be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So by the time I make a slip stitch, so it's the 5th one will show up, the 5th loop. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to fasten this, is to pull this rope. This. I pull it. Haven't pulled it. So I make a slip stitch. I slip stitch in the 1st stitch. So at this point, I'll be having 5 loops. So this marks the end of the 1st round. You can see the loops very tiny. So right now I can proceed to the 2nd round. So I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2. So having chained 2, I move into the loop or the loop. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I move into the next loop where I make double crochet. 1, 2. Can you see? Then this time around I'm going to yarn 2 times, 1 2. So I insert again in this same loop. I bring out the first 2 chains, the next 2 chains, and the last 2 chains. So I have 1 2 3. I proceed again. I yarn 2 times. I insert into this same loop. I bring out the first 2 chains, the next 2 chains, and the last chains. So that is 1 2 3 4. So this time I yarn once. I insert into the same loop. I make double crochet. Can you see? So lastly, I'm going to chain 2. 1 1 2. So having chained 2 into this same loop, I insert while I make a slip stitch. I slip stitch. And you see, I've completed one of the design. So right now I proceed. I chain 2 again. 1 2. Having chained 2, I insert into the next loop. So with double crochet. So this time around I yarn twice, 1 2. So I insert into the loop. I bring out the first 2 chains, followed by the next 2 chains, and I complete it there. I yarn twice again, 1 2. I insert into the same loop, bring out the first 2 chains, the next 2 chains, and the last 2 chains. So I have 1 2 3 4. So right now I yarn over once like I did after I slip stitch. So I insert into the same loop with double crochet. So I'm going to chain 2 right now. 1 2. You will discover that when I started I chained 2. So these 2 that I chained initially represent this last loop, last 2 chains I've just chained. And this double crochet also represent this. Why? The 2 mid triple crochet stands, so which means I have 2 2 2, that is total of 6. So I insert into the same loop with a slip stitch. I make a slip stitch rather. So I've got 2. So I proceed. I chain 2, 1 2. So I insert into the next loop with double crochet. So I yarn 2 times. I insert, bring out the first 2 chains, the next 2 chains, and this. I yarn again, is 2 times. I insert, bring out the first 2 chains, the next 2 chains, and the last 2 chains. So right now I yarn once. This time I insert with double crochet. So I chain 2, 1 2. Then I insert with slip stitch. I slip stitch right now. So I've got 1 2 3. So I proceed 1 2. So I insert in the next loop with double crochet. So I yarn over twice, 1 2. So I insert into the same loop. I bring out the first two chains, the next two chains, sorry, then the last two chains. I yarn the second time, two times. I insert, I bring out the first two chains, followed by the next two chains, then the last two chains. Sorry. So I insert once this time, I yarn over once, so with double crochet. Can you see? So right now I chain two, one, two. So I insert where I make a slip stitch. I slip stitch here. So I'm left with the last one now. So I chain two, one, two. So this is the last loop remaining. I insert with double crochet. I yarn over two times. I insert. I bring out the first two chains, the next two chains, sorry, then the last two chains. I yarn two times again. I insert, bring out the first two chains, the next two chains, and the last two chains. So I insert with double crochet. So I chain two, one, two. So I insert into this same loop where I slip stitch. Then I detach this. So right now I'm going to pull this. As I pull this, I will also pull the one at the back just to secure it. So I have my flower ready. I mean the base of the flower. And you see, so right now I'm going to bring this backward. So I insert, I bring it to the back. So I'm through with the base. So I move to the next phase depending on what I want to use at the middle. So the first thing I'm going to do right now is the background, the flower itself. After this, then I move to this. So that's why I'm using, you can use any color anyway, but I've chose to use white. So right now I'm going to make my magical ring. So you can see how I'm holding it. Can you see? So I'm going to tie it round my finger like this. So right now I'm going to pull this off. So I insert my hook. Can you see? Then I pull this other one inward. Then I hold it. So I'm going to leave this aside. then I hold to this. So right now I'm going to chain 2, 1 and 2. So having chained 2, I yarn over the hook. Sorry, having chained the 2, I insert straight into this ring with single crochet. So I chain another 2, 1, 2. So I insert again the second time with single crochet. Can you see? The third time, 1, 2. I insert single crochet. I have 1, 2, 3 loops. So the fourth time, 1, 2, I insert single crochet. So I'm going to stop here because I want it, you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to stop in this fourth. Then I pull this together, pull it. So having pulled it, now I can make a slip stitch. In the first stitch, I slip stitch. So I slip stitch here. So you can, there is a loop in between. So I just want to bring it very close to the camera so that you can see. You can see the loops. So right now I proceed into the second round after I've completed the first round. So right now I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2. Having chained 2, I yarn over my hook. I insert into this loop with double crochet. I yarn, this time around I'm going to yarn 2 times, 1 then 2. So I insert into this same loop. Now I bring out the first 2 chains, the next 2 chains. Now I'm left with 2 chains. So I will be making use of another color like I said. So the next thing I'm going to do right now, can you see? So look at what I'm doing. Oh, I pull it like this and I held it together with this. Now I've got a loop. Like this. I held it, or I'm holding it. As you can see, it's a bit technical, especially for a beginner. So can you see? So I'm going to insert my hook into this same loop and I bring it out like this. So I chain 2, 1, 2. Haven't chained 2. So I'm going to yarn and insert. So I bring out the first one chain. You can see I'm left with 3 chains. So I bring out the next 2 chains. So I'm left with 2 chains on my hook. So I insert again. I bring out the first 1 chain. I bring out the next 2 chains. So you can see I have 3 left on the hook. I yarn over again, I insert. I bring out the first 1 chain. Then I bring out the next 2 chains. So you can see I have 4 now. I yarn over again, I insert. I bring out the first 1 chain, then the next 2 chains. So you can see I have 5 now. 1 2 3 4 5. So for the last time, I insert. I bring out the first 1 chain, then the next 2 chains. So if you count it now, I have 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now it depends on you. It depends how you want it to be full. So it totally depends. So the chains here amount to how full or small. So the more the chain, the more fuller it will be, and the less the chains, so the smaller the loops will be. So haven't done it, so I'm going to stop in this 6th one right now. So I'm going to pull this a bit. Now I can now bring everything out. So I'm going to detach it. So I pull this out. Can you see? So right now I'm going to pull it both on my left hand side very tight, just to secure it and to bring out the shape. Can you see? The more you pull, the more the ball it will look. You can see. So the next thing is to place it on the base. And I bring that out. Then I also insert this also. So right now I can now pull it out properly, and I fasten it. I mean the colored one. So I'm going to fasten it right now. So I make sure I fasten it very well, and I set it very properly. So I'm going to tie it the second time to secure it. So my flower is ready. You can see how beautiful it is. So like I said, it's a very simple work. You can also try yours. When you try, you discover it's very easy. You see. You can see how beautiful it is. Yes. So it's as simple as that. It's usually 5. That is the shape of normal flower. So, and that is exactly what I did here also. So you can use it, like I said initial, you can use it to attach it to your shoe, your baby shoe, socks, whichever wears you want to attach it. It's very, very beautiful. To just bring out your project, make it more beautiful. So I want to appreciate you for taking your time to watch this video. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for taking your time. I really appreciate you. Now, please, please, and please like this video, share this video out, and if you have any comments regarding this video or this tutorial, please drop your comments in the comment section. And for those of you watching my video for the very first time, I welcome you to this channel. Here is a channel where you can learn a lot. I mean a lot. In this channel, you learn how to cut and sew and how to crochet different kinds of wears, like what we have just done. So all you need to do, please just click on the subscribe button below. Please don't postpone it. Click on it immediately. Thank you very much. Thank you. And you also click on the notification bell so that you can have access to my videos. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate you. So till I come your way again, bye for now.